Good morning. So this is my Skywatcher and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. I went to make my calibration images after some time I took on the Veil Nebula a couple of days ago, and while I'm waiting for clear skies. And I set up my PixInsight application to take them, and lo and behold, when I tried to take my darks, there was a lot of light, and I found that there were holes. And you can see them, like I've got black electrical tape over them now, but there are 4 holes that go into the filter wheel, allow light to leak in, and they're on both sides. So there must be some attachment, whether they needed that for a tilt plate or something, but light gets in those when I try and take my images. So I ended up taking the telescope off the mount and brought it inside, and actually went in my dressing room closet and closed the door in there and took my calibration images and got my little flat panel out, and I took flats in the closet. I really want to get this resolved though, because hopefully I've got all the light leaks figured out, because I need to do this in the field, and I'm not going to always have a dark place. Anybody else has some thoughts on that? I don't know. All of my telescopes kind of have this similar setup. I shoot with a monochrome camera and filters, and I've talked about that a lot. And then basically this is my electronic focuser and a little computer right here that runs everything. I've gotten I got this little dew heater here. I've got to plug in. Excuse me. I'll get that later. But yeah, I'm using, it's kind of odd. I need a lot of USB ports, so I just kind of expanded it with this little port. And this Pegasus Astro also doubles as a dew heater. So I've got, right here, this attached, and that's been working pretty good, because dew or corn sweat, whatever you want to call it now. I guess I'm finding all about that now. But this just kind of keeps my lens that's in here warm, and I don't get any dew that builds up, and there's a lot of it this time of year. So I have to get this going and early, but not too hot. My friend Marco gave me that tip. Don't get this thing too hot or you'll get some problems, especially on the SCTs. On top, I've got a little temp sensor that will, monitor the conditions, and when it's it's just right, it knows to turn on the heaters, and if I go active. I usually just put this on a fixed setting. But yeah, I'm getting ready to process my images in PixInsight. I don't have very much space on this this little Melee. And so what I ended up doing was, I got one of those higher speed cards that I don't know what those are called, but this is those higher speed SD cards. And that's where I store my images for processing. I'm in the process. I'll probably upgrade this Melee to they got a new one that's got an overclock on it, and it's not bad. It's about $400, but just another 400 here, 400 there. It's all real money. Anyways, this is the guide scope, and yeah, everything's working well with this. I put a little piece of tape on this so that I'd know where my balance point was, and I've got it matching tape on the mount. So that lets me kind of get set up a little bit more quickly. This is the battery that runs everything, and it's pretty good. So we're getting there.